Slow down, squad. When I tell you to slow down, I'm gonna need you to slow down. You hear me? And today, which is really tonight, just for all you bitch ass niggas, we gonna actually speak on what happened with our dog, and for the supporters, we gonna speak on what happened with our dog. So, as y'all see, we got Boss Lady Nina. You did. So we're gonna get into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let her go through her little situation, and then I'm gonna go through my situation.
So we just gonna start off by just saying how she was before we realized something was wrong with her. She was totally fine. She was moving, playing, doing everything regular, eating, drinking, like normal, just a normal, everyday thing that she does. So one day, Boss Man went downstairs to let her out of the kennel, the cage.
It wasn't one day, it was motherfucking yesterday.
Yesterday, one day. Yesterday, he went downstairs to let her out the cage to go outside. And he called me. He was like, Christina, I think she about to go into labor. I was like, why you say that? He was like, she not trying to do nothing. Like, she acting like she going through labor because she not trying to get out the cage. And Remy, she be pressed to go outside. So as soon as she hear that door open, she running out. But she wasn't trying to do nothing. And so we left her there just, for a little bit, just to see. Maybe she's not ready to go outside yet. I don't know. We didn't know what was wrong with her. So we went back. And she still wasn't trying to do nothing. So I was like, bring her back upstairs so that we can monitor her. We checked her temperature. Her temperature was normal. It was like 101 at the time, which is no signs. It's not, a temperature where she's
not
going
too
into.
High, not too low.
Yeah, that's a normal dog temperature, but it wasn't a labor temperature. So we was like, okay, if her temperature ain't dropped to 99 or 98, like what's wrong with her? And then so I was like, maybe she's about to start. She probably just feeling a little bit of pain, this and that. So he brought her back upstairs so that we can monitor her. And she was up here with Bambi in the whelping box. And so I was rubbing on her stomach because like she was just acting like she was so down. So I went in there with her and I started rubbing on her stomach, just like massaging her stomach and all. And so I felt something kick me. I told him, I was all like, I felt the puppies. And so he was like, for real? And so I was like, yeah, I was rubbing her stomach and I felt the puppies kicking. So we're not thinking that anything is wrong with the puppies. And then we took her out of the whelping box later on that night because Bambi was delivering the puppies. So we couldn't keep her in there while Bambi was delivering puppies. So when we let her out of there, she was under the table the whole time, sleeping under this table right here the whole night. And we're not really, it's not that we didn't care that she was hurt or whatever, but we had to focus on Bambi and the puppies at that time. So she slept, we let her sleep under the table all night, not realizing like Remy been under the table all night. So the next morning, it was the next morning, right? Yeah, when we woke up. The next morning, we woke up and she was still under there. And he was all like, she bleeding. And so I looked it up. I looked it up online, like, what does it mean when your dog is bleeding while she's pregnant? And they say it could be early signs of labor. So I was like, okay, well, she about to deliver the baby soon. So, we just gonna move the table and have her, excuse me, deliver the puppies right here, since the Bambi and the puppies were in the whelping box and the whelping room. We had the other puppies in there.
Yeah, I didn't clean the whelping room out because she wasn't going outside, as y'all seen in the video.
Yeah, so we was all like, we just gonna leave her up here and then just monitor both of them at the same time. We ain't gotta keep going up and down, because we thought she was about to go into labor that night. Well, that day. So me and Boss Man, we went to sleep because, as y'all know, the day before, Bambi had delivered and we had a long night. Like, we didn't get no sleep, no nothing. So we went to sleep and woke up. I woke up like around 8:30, and I still see her, like, I guess she must have got up while I was sleeping, and like she had blood. She went on the other carpet and got blood over there. And so I was all like, I went downstairs and told Boss Man, I was all like, she's still bleeding. Like, that's not good. We need to do something. So he called the vet and told them what was going on, this and that, everything that was happening. And they told us, like, you're going to have to bring her in. It doesn't sound good. As soon as I told him to tell the doctor that, the vet, that she was like blood clots were coming out of her and they were black. They was like, okay, that doesn't sound good. You need to bring her in. So I brought her in. I think it was like, I got there like around, I would say like 10:20 or whatever. And they came to the car, they got her, took her in, evaluated her and all that. And I gave him Boss Man's number because, you know, I just want him to know what happens first. Like, you know, he gonna make the decision first before I do. So I told him, I said, just call my husband, let him know everything that's going on, this and that. So after they talked to him and told him what was going on, he called me and told me what happened. He was all like, all the puppies are dead. Like, she in bad shape, this and that. So then the lady came out. Well, no, he said that they said that she gonna have to be put to sleep, like, cause she doing real bad. Like, it's not looking good at all. So he was like, just call them, cause I can't go inside. They don't allow people to go inside. So he was all like, just call them and talk to them. So I'm in the car in front of the vet hospital talking to them, and so the lady just came out to the car and just spoke to me. She was all like, it's very bad. It's not looking good at all, this and that. She was all like, all the puppies are dead. I didn't hear or see no heartbeats at all. And she was like, her uterus erupted. Even if the puppies were alive, she wouldn't have been able to push them out.
She had a prolapse.
Yeah, she had a prolapse. She wouldn't have been able to push them out at all. We would have had to get a C-section. She was like, if y'all would have had gotten a C-section a week ago, she would have been fine. I was like, well, how was we supposed to know that? She wasn't showing no signs of anything. She was doing perfectly fine. And she was like, yeah, I know, you know, sorry that this happened and all that, whatever. Because she kept saying that the puppies were huge. She kept saying they were very big. And I was like, how many puppies were in her? She was like 6. And she was like, but they were very big puppies. And she was all like, was the dad big? And I was like, no, he wasn't that big. And she was like, oh, well, for them to be that big, like, and I was like, okay, well, that might have been like a reason why her uterus erupted and like all that weight was holding her down and she couldn't take it. But she was just saying that all the puppies died. Her uterus erupted. She was, the little prolapse things was happening.
She had an infection.
It was just a whole lot going on with her. She said it's just bad.
And she had a fever.
Oh yeah, she had a fever too. I think it was like 107. Yeah, it was like 107. And so she just said that even if we get a C-section to remove the puppies, she wasn't gonna. It wasn't gonna help. It wasn't gonna help her. She was just in bad shape. she said that we could take her home. I was all like, I don't want to take her home if she's just going to be suffering. What is another option? She was all like, put her to sleep. And I was like, well, if that's the only option. Me at the time, I'm like, okay, well, if that's the only option, then that's what it's going to have to be. I don't want to take her home and she has to suffer. Like, she just laying there suffering. I don't want her to be in pain. So I said, okay, well, that's just what we're going to have to do. And so I called my husband back and told him that, you know, that's just what we're going to have to do. And so he had another, you know, he wanted to, like, it didn't matter what it was that we did. He just didn't want to put her to sleep. So he told me to ask, is there another option to, you know, like, whatever it is that you guys do is whatever y'all do, but is there any way to not put her to sleep? And the lady was all like, if you surrender her to us, we're going to have to take her to the animal shelter.
Yeah, she got to get put to sleep anyway.
Yeah, and she was like, but they still won't put her to sleep, so no matter where she goes, she's going to be put to sleep.
But just if you take her home, she's going to die anyway.
Yeah, and so she was all like, if you take her home, she's going to suffer, but she's not going to make it until Monday. And I was like, well, that's not an option. I'm not going to take her home and have her, you know, on the floor suffering. So that wasn't an option of taking her to the animal shelter, and they still won't put her down. So I was like, all right, well, I guess we don't have no choice but to put her down. So I called my husband back and I told him. And I told him to call them and let them know that that's what we're going to do. He was like, nah, you just tell them. So I told the lady, I was all like, you know, just write out the paper and whatever, this and that, the payment, whatever we got to do. So she brought the payment out. I made the payment. And so she was all like, do you want to be present while, you know, we're doing it? And I was like, no, I don't want to be present. And so she's like, well, you can come in and say goodbye to her. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So after all that, I'm about to get emotional now. So after she brought all the paperwork out to me, as soon as I went in the room, I just seen her standing at the corner. She didn't want to be by the doctors. As soon as I walked in, she came to me. And I just said my goodbyes to her. I told her that, you know, I was sorry that she had to go through it, but it's going to be better. I talked to her for a little bit. I got her to sit down on the towel that they had put out for her. She was still bleeding. She was still bleeding the whole time. I didn't think that I was actually gonna feel any type of way having to do that, because being around them every day is like, they're like kids. They're very annoying. So me having to do that, I didn't think that I was gonna feel no type of way because of how annoying I was of the dogs. But I mean, I guess I did have some type of feelings, and I did care about her to just, you know, walk inside that room and it just start, you know, breaking down. And then just the fact that I was the one that said, you know, do it. I felt bad because it's like, I told the doctors to put her down, even though it wasn't no better option, because I didn't want her to suffer. But it hit me And I guess it made me realize that I did care about her. And I do care about the other dogs. And after all that even happened, I just kept thinking all night, even to this day, the next day, like, I don't want the other dogs to even have to go through this. So it's like, I know this is what you guys know us for the dogs and, what our business is about and what we're in it for. But it's like, after that, it's like I don't want any of them to suffer. I wouldn't want any of them to go through what Remy went through. Even though she was very big during her pregnancy, and that's what caused everything. And I know that the other dogs are probably not going to go through that because they're not as small as she was, but turned out big during their pregnancy. So I don't think that the other dogs will go through it. But just thinking about what happened to her, it's just going to cross your mind every time that we do something like that. So that made me feel bad because it's like, I told the doctors to do it, and then I feel like something bad is going to happen to me because I told the doctor to put her to sleep. That's like killing somebody. It is something bad is going to happen to you. But yeah. I'm good.
Man, she ain't really do it. She ain't really make that decision. I made the decision. I just did what a motherfucker do in a relationship, or in a marriage, I should say. Because in a relationship, you don't gotta run shit by your girl. But in a marriage, you gotta run shit by your wife. So she didn't do that night. The decision was made by me. I talked to the vets. I told the vets what I was going to do, and I just had her basically just put the stamp on it. So you didn't do that. But that was my favorite dog. My favorite dog. I gotta sit up here and I have to think to myself, like, I watched my YouTube video and 2 days ago she was perfectly fine. She was running up the hill, doing the which way did he go, George. Shit, the day before that, Meech, Remy, and Hennessy got loose. Bambi had puppies, and then all of a sudden, all of this shit have problems when Bambi goes into labor. Man, a lot of you niggas be up this motherfucking, y'all be talking about some, I don't care about my dogs and shit, but like, nigga, my dogs eat better than y'all niggas. I take care of my dogs better than y'all niggas do. You know what I'm saying? I got a 24, my job is 20, like, I don't go to work. I don't wake up and I don't go clock in and work for another nigga. I work for myself. So for a motherfucker to be like, he don't care about his dogs, like, nigga, my job never ends. Like, my job is 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the fact that y'all niggas think that a nigga don't give a fuck about his dog is like, how can you put that much in? Or like I had somebody say that I don't care about my dogs, all I care about is the money. Well, if this is my first time breeding my dogs, how the fuck can I only care about the money? Because I had to literally do everything that's going on with, you know. So, I give a fuck about my dogs. I'm just being real with y'all niggas, you know, like, I say, y'all don't like that shit, I don't like it. But I'd rather give y'all real content so y'all can see like the do's and the don'ts and shit like that. No, I did not have no micro, and Remy was not no exotic pocket. You know what I'm saying? She was a XL pocket mix, but she had pocket height, and we not talking about exotic pocket height. You know what I'm saying? We talking about like how Hublot was. Hublot was a pocket, but that nigga, you know, just it's just like this, man. There's no reason why my motherfucking dog had to get motherfucking put to sleep, bro. It should have been a better way. And the veterinarians, man, like if you a nigga that if you can go to jail for mistreating a dog and you can get fined for mistreating a dog, how when a dog needs your help and it's a life or death situation, the first motherfucking choice that the vet gives you is to put him to sleep? I just I don't get it. I don't get how I got people that come on my channel and they're veterinarians and they talk about how I do this to the dog and I do that to the dog, but y'all motherfuckers killed my dog. Y'all killed my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all killed my dog. Y'all didn't try to figure out anything. Y'all didn't try to help her. Y'all didn't try to save her. Y'all made it sound so bad that there was nothing that we could do. Like, you made it sound so fucking bad that there was nothing that I could say. Like a lot of shit, I don't ask Christina for permission. I don't get permission from Christina. But certain shit, I gotta talk to her about this shit. Like, we gotta talk. So it's like my motherfucking favorite dog, bro. Like, my favorite dog, the best dog to me. I don't care about this Bambi litter. I really don't care about Hennessy litter. I was looking forward to Remy litter. But now, Remy is gone. And it's like, just 2 days ago, she was regular. Nothing was wrong with her. I don't know, bro. You know, I know all y'all fuck niggas and shit, you know. I seen a couple comments of niggas telling me I should've got a C-section, but like, y'all dumbass niggas don't be knowing what the fuck y'all talking about, bro. Like, y'all just get in the comment section and say anything, because the way y'all brain is set up to be haters and to be nothing ass niggas, y'all feel like that's the best thing to say, bro. But Shawty wasn't supposed to die. Shawty died around motherfucking 1 o'clock in the morning. Today. After laying on the fucking floor. Then the day before, running up and down the hill, being normal. Something just wasn't right, bro. Like, how the fuck did this happen? So, for you niggas that feel like we don't give a fuck, we put 24 hours a day into these dogs, bro. Like, I gotta say, we don't clock in and do no 9 to 5, bro. Like, we are our own bosses. We are our own bosses. We don't get up and 9 to 5, nigga. We get up and we take care of the kids and we take care of these dogs and or whatever little business venture I got going on, I do, and if I need Christine to help, I get her involved. But we don't work for nobody, we work for ourselves. So to feel like we don't care about our dogs, it's all about the money, it's like, that's like the dumbest shit. Like, I don't know no human beings in real life that can say some stupid ass shit like that, knowing that being a dog owner of fucking total of 9 dogs in my house before Remy died. Total of 9 dogs. So to be a motherfucker to say he don't care, like, I'm taking care of 9 healthy dogs at that, not no starving dogs. Not no dogs that got fucked up skin and so we just made this video just to let y'all motherfuckers know what the fuck going on, you know. There was nothing we could do to save Remy. You know, what we did is what we had to do. I wasn't going. Because, I mean, the fucking lady that came out to get Remy, she could barely get her out of the car. She kept talking about it. Is she gonna bite me? Is she gonna bite me? Like, bitch, the fuck you? Like, you deal with dogs every day. Like, why are you worrying about if she gonna bite you or not? Like, fuck. This bitch is about to die. And you talking about, is she gonna bite you? Like, that's why I say, like, I never understood when Damo was against vets so much, and he would just say the nut ass shit that he was saying. I never understood it, but it's like from Bambi and Remy, I'm like, I'm starting to feel like that shit he was saying about these vets is real. These niggas don't know what the fuck they doing. Like they give their opinion on shit and they don't be 100% about that shit. So it's like, now I'm sitting here saying that, did I make a mistake? Did I say something wrong? Should I have just brought her back home? Like, should I have just brought her back home? Much as I don't want to listen to the veterinarians, should I have brought her back home? But then at the same time, it's like, y'all take dogs away from people when y'all consider a dog not being healthy, not being treated right. Y'all took my fucking dog away from me. For nothing. I took my dog away from me for nothing. I feel deeply in my heart this could have been something to save Remy. Could have been some kind of way y'all could have figured out how to save her. And I just don't understand that how a person can go to jail for animal cruelty, how a person can get a fine from animal control, but when it comes to real situations with the dog dying, y'all first motherfucking instinct is to put the dog to sleep. So, Remy, you all over that motherfucking YouTube, shorty. So, you ain't gonna be forgotten. We love the shit out you. We gonna miss the shit out you. You was just regular 2 days ago, man. 2 days ago, you was just regular. So, a lot of people ask me, is Queen City gonna throw me another dog? Like I say, Queen City ain't been fucking with me. And I'm not reaching out to that nigga. It's been months and shit, you know. I put a certain shit on my YouTube, my Instagram, and I felt nigga wasn't fucking with that shit, so he just like stopped liking my shit. So, you know, I ain't gonna suck no nigga dick for no nigga to do nothing, but a lot of people asking me, are they gonna, you know, look out for me, but niggas ain't finna look out for me. So, you know, y'all questions about saying is Queen City gonna do this, Queen City gonna do that. Nah, Queen City know that dog died. He know that dog dead. He didn't reach out to me. Nobody reached out to me except for the people I deal with. So y'all can stop that. Y'all can stop saying or asking, cause that shit ain't finna happen. I'm not looking for a motherfucking handout either. I will be buying more dogs. We do have motherfucking a litter of 9 puppies on the ground right now. We do have Hennessy also about to have puppies, and that's just really what's gonna matter for right now. I just lost my favorite dog. I bought the dog. I knew she had a dock tail, but I liked her so much I still bought her. I didn't care. I still bought her. That's how much I like the bitch. All my dogs get on my nerves just like my kids, just like my wife. But I do whatever for everybody. So that's just what it is, and that's what we wanted to do, and we wanted to just talk to y'all motherfuckers right quick and let y'all know what the fuck going on and let y'all hear our side versus like the video I did or versus people giving they 2 fucking cents and shit like that. It's our version.
The nigga won't kill me, that's the word on the streets. Only man I fear is God, so who the fuck is you to me? Heard a nigga won't kill me, that's the word on the streets. Only man I fear is God, so who the fuck is you to me? Heard a nigga won't kill me, that's the word on the streets. Only man I fear is God.